We're watching 8 News Now at 11.
Officially, the U.S. government ended its study of UFOs in 1969 because it assured the public there is no proof the phenomenon represents a threat to national security.
But what if these unknown aircraft showed an interest in our nuclear weapons? A group of more than 150 military veterans, missile officers, security personnel, including many who worked at the Nevada test site, say they've seen mystery intruders over nuclear facilities.
George Knapp of the I-Team is here with this story. George?
Of course, we're not going to jump any conclusions who they are, what they're up to. We don't know who is piloting these craft or why they're poking around, but dozens of witnesses and thousands of pages of documents suggest someone is monitoring our nukes. The Department of Energy admits there's a long history of UFO activity over nuclear weapons facilities. Now a new film explores some of the most dramatic episodes that include our backyard.
In the darkest days of the Cold War, atomic weapons were routinely exploded above ground at the Nevada test site, the most nuked place on Earth. In 1955, 14 A-bombs were detonated as part of Operation Teapot, witnessed by thousands of military personnel in trenches and thousands more test site employees. But there were other observers as well.
It was what we call the flying saucers. They were pretty prevalent at the test site during those years.
At least a dozen former test site employees have told similar stories about unknown aircraft showing up hours or days after an atomic blast. Author and investigator Robert Hastings has spent more than 40 years locating and interviewing military veterans, missile officers, and others who worked in various parts of the atomic weapons program. More than 150 of them so far. They've all told the same story.
That, in fact, UFOs have routinely monitored our nuclear weapons going back decades, and on occasion apparently have actually interfered with the functionality of those weapons.
In addition to the eyewitness accounts, thousands of pages of formerly classified documents have been released to buttress these tales. The I-Team's own FOIA request, filed in 1992, produced a thick stack of documents from the Department of Energy, indicating UFO incidents over every major atomic weapons facility dating to the late 40s, over Los Alamos National Lab, where the bombs were designed, over Hanford, where the plutonium was processed.
Civilians living near the proving ground often observed the aerial discs, sometimes flying in large formations, and subsequently notified the Air Force.
This is a clip from a new documentary film, the culmination of Hastings' years of research. The film includes chilling incidents where UFOs have not only infiltrated restricted airspace over nuclear missile bases, but on occasion have disabled ICBMs and put the military on high alert.
My name's Robert Hastings. Thank you for coming. Over the past 37 years, I have personally located and interviewed more than 120 of these former or retired military personnel, confirm beyond any doubt the reality of ongoing UFO incursions at nuclear weapons sites. I believe, these gentlemen believe, that this planet is being visited by beings from another world who, for whatever reason, have taken an interest in the nuclear arms race which began at the end of World War II. Regarding the missile shutdown incidents, my opinion, their opinion, is that whoever are aboard these craft are sending a signal to both Washington and Moscow, among others, that we are playing with fire, that the possession and threatened use of nuclear weapons potentially threatens the human race and the integrity of the planetary environment.
The government ended atomic weapons tests years ago, but Nevada incidents continue. Former security officers at Area 2 at Nellis Air Force Base, for years a storage facility for up to 200 nuclear warheads, have reported multiple intrusions by unknown aircraft from the late 90s through 2004. Who's behind these incidents and why?
Similar incidents have been reported in the UK, India, Pakistan, and other nuclear powers. In the 90s, the I-Team traveled to Russia twice and obtained classified documents from their Ministry of Defense about startling incidents there.
150 eyewitnesses.
It's one thing to hear somebody tell a story. You see those documents from the government.
That's right.
It comes from their files, and it says it's real. It's impressive.